This video is all about the Florida Keys pink mutton snapper. I'm going to show you exactly where we fish for them and the exact rig that I use to pull them up. And then it's catch and cook time, baby. We're going to clean it and we are cooking a whole mutton snapper on the Traeger. This is going to be a fun one. Let's go! Well, if you're going to get seasick, this will be the trip to... Today's gonna be the day. Boat daddy! Alright, just gonna plug up some ballyhoo here. Nothing a beer can't fix. Not quite yet. Well, everything's good so far. There's some big ones out here.
Fish or waves? Yeah, fish or waves.
Waves. We are drifting for mutton snapper between 130 feet of water to 180 feet of water, which is right off the edge of the reef. And if you're in the Florida Keys, this edge runs all along, all the way down to Key West. And if you run off the edge, it'll go from shallow reef water to this dark blue water. And this is where it's about 130 feet. And this is where I like to drift for mutton snapper. What you are looking for is good bottom, anywhere between 130 to 180 feet of water. Some people will drift for muttons out in 200 to 250 feet of water, but I always have the best luck right around 130 feet of water, anywhere along the edge of the reef in the Florida Keys. And that's where we're gonna be today. Let's catch a fish. All right, these are ballyhoo plugs we're sending down. And you want to go take the leader all the way out until you get to the braid. And once you get to the braid, you snap this. You snap these on. I've been drifting for mutton snapper for about 5 years now, and I'm going to show you the rig real quick what I use. I like to use a spinning reel on just about any rod. I like a more flexible rod. Spool it down with 20-pound braid, 30-pound braid, doesn't really matter. You could go higher if you want. At the bottom of our rig, we will just have a circle hook, and this is what we're going to put our ballyhoo plugs on. For the circle hooks, I'll run the 5/0 or the 4/0 circle hooks, or use whatever your favorite circle hook is. But generally the big mutton snapper, and sometimes you'll catch groupers, I do like a bit of a bigger circle hook. Then you're gonna have 30 to 40 feet of 30-pound mono. That's gonna be your leader. Do not go less than 30 feet. And I swear, anytime I try to use 40-pound or 50-pound leader, I just don't get as many bites. I do not like to go heavier than 30-pound mono for the leader. Put on 30 feet of this. Here's our hook, then 30 feet of 30-pound mono, which I tie directly onto the braid of my fishing reel. And I use a double uni knot to go from mono to braid. That's the knot right there. Now, here's the secret. We're gonna use a weight that clips on to the fishing line. This makes it very easy when you're retrieving it to quickly pop the weight off and continue reeling in the rest of your leader. The way these are set up is we have a balloon clip with the weight loop and the weight clip. So the balloon clip, the weight clip, and then I like to use a 12-ounce sinker. If the current's ripping real bad, I'll go up to a 16. If I can get away with an 8 or a 10, I always prefer to go lighter when possible. All these things are available on SouthFloridaFishingChannel.com. Now this is how you want to clip it. You want to attach the weight clip to the braid, because then if it slides down, it'll get stuck on where the mono and the braid knot meets. Otherwise, if you use a very heavy weight like a 16-ounce, it can slide down the line all the way to your bait and totally screw you up. So I always prefer to clip it on the mono. If you're only using 8 ounces or less, you can clip it onto the mono and it won't slide around, but a heavier weight like this can slide down your line. And to clip it on, you just push it in. You see that opens up and push it right onto the braid. Let me demonstrate what happens if your weight is too heavy, or a fish is fighting it, going crazy. It can pull the weight clip down, but once it hits where your uni knot is, your double uni knot, it'll get stuck there and it won't come off. And then when you're fighting the fish and you reel it up to the boat, you just grab it and you push it and it pops right off. And then you can continue fighting the fish without a weight on it. My favorite setup for drifting for muttons and grouper. Let's go back to fishing. Oh my gosh, there is a lot of weeds today. Did we just send that to the bottom? All right, it's on the bottom. So this can go in that front rod holder all the way on the bow there. Before the weeds, before the weeds. So yeah, you want to clip it onto the braid. That way it won't slide down because it'll hit that knot. Wow, this is tough with the weeds. All right, so we're on the bottom on this one. So normally I would run another ballyhoo up top, but I don't think that's gonna be possible. Whatever rod goes off, it's game on. And you'll know when they're on, they'll bend over like nuts. We got a fish on? I better get the net ready. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, it doesn't look like there's anything on there. Oh, there is definitely a fish on it. Because there's a big weight on there, you're almost, when you fight it, you almost are like, you use the weight to keep the hook in the fish's mouth, and you're like, you don't, if the hook or the weight flicks, you like flick up with it and then you reel down with it. And then, I don't know, it's like a weird finessing game. I'll take that rod up here though and rebait it. A fish though, so they're biting, that's a good sign. Are all you guys left-handed? Oh, right, okay, that's right, right-handed. Oh, but you bass fish? That's why you guys want it on the right side. Once the weight is off, then it's game on. Are you still on there, right? All right, all right. Fingers crossed. And then just swing it on over here. All right, you're good. Be a mutton, be a mutton, be a mutton. That looks like a mutton. Woo! There we go. Hey, we even get our bait back. That's a beauty. Uh-oh, wait. That's the other line. I wonder if he tried to eat both baits.
I was about to say, what?
What the heck? All right. They gotta be 18 inches. Hold up, what's that? It's been a rocky day and our lovely guest just slid her hand right into the big J-hook on our XL Stinger rigs. That's a big old J-hook right in her hand. The barb's in there and everything. It's pretty deep. But she just pulls it out like nothing even happened. What a trooper. I don't think I would have handled it that well. To find out.
That one up. Oh, it got you too?
Yeah.
Got him.
You just...
It came right out.
Oh, you got a hook in you?
Yeah, it's all right.
You know what? I got that same hook in me too. I'm gonna move it. Probably should have learned from the first time. Oh yeah. 19. A little over 19.
Right.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
A Key West pink. Look at that tail. I got a first aid kit if you want some bandage.
It's just a little hole. It's just because my hand's wet. It's bleeding a lot. I just don't want to get blood on your boat.
And we're back at the dock. That was kind of crazy conditions out there. There were some 5-6 foot waves and we were getting smashed around. Big shout out to the family from Alabama. They were actually some past giveaway winners. If you want to get into the fishing channel, South Florida Fishing Channel giveaways and all that, it's going to be linked below. It's called the Fishing Club. We have a live chat and we do giveaways and fishing trips and all sorts of things. But because they were heading out today, they told me I could keep the snapper, and I want to cook the snapper whole on the Traeger. I don't think I've done that before, and it sounds like a really fun idea. And I have two different tools. This is a tool that I found in my house, and I believe that it's a fish descaler. So I'm gonna try to descale the mutton snapper with this, and if this doesn't work that well, I have just a normal short knife that I usually use. I'm gonna see which one is better. First things first, I'm gonna put some water in this bucket, because when I descale my fish, I like to do it in water so scales don't fly everywhere. Oh, there it is. We call that the Key West pink, those beautiful pink colors. July, August, really good times to catch some muttons in the Florida Keys. So when cooking fish whole, I like to take their scales off. That way you don't end up with mouthfuls of scales. Mouthfuls. First up, here's this weird little device. Let's see how it does. Pretty good. Yeah, I would say that's just as good as a knife, if not better. I'll try the knife out in a second. I'm gonna do the whole side of this fish. All right, all the scales have been removed off of this side of the fish. Let's try the knife. Let's see which one we like more. The knife works pretty good, but man, this one is definitely faster. Yeah, that does a much faster job. The easiest way to scale a fish is off the side of the boat, like sitting off your swim platform or something. Because in this bucket, I can barely get my hand in there. And if this fish was any bigger, the bucket would not work. It'd almost be easier to do this off the side of the dock. All the scales have been removed off this fish. And the final step is removing the guts and the gills. So we will insert the knife into the anal fin and we will push it up through the organ cavity between the two dorsal fins and then up through the throat. Sometimes cutting a big fish's throat in half can be a little difficult, especially when you don't have a solid working surface. There we go. And a sharp knife will do it. Then we can open the fish up properly and pull the guts out. And the guts and the gills should all come out as one if you do it right. Because it's all attached. It's all one system. There's the heart. There we go. Gills and the guts all in one. And I will put this fish back on ice for now until I get the pan and all the ingredients ready. And then we're gonna throw them on the grill. I just got back from Publix and got some goodies. The first step is gonna be taking this big old cast iron skillet and putting it on the Traeger and preheating it. Boop. Sorry, buddy. I'm not even sure if this is going to fit in my Traeger. But I got it oiled down with some olive oil. I'm gonna have to make some room here. Let's make sure it fits first. Done. Yeah, I think it's gonna fit. Yes. Will the mutton fit in there? That's the real question. There might be a tail and a head flopping off the sides. And you never wanna grill under a roof. So we're gonna push it outside, or pull it. We're gonna plug it in. And we need to add some Traeger pellets. These are the signature blend Traeger pellets. There's currently none in there. That's it right there. Fill her on up. And we'll just start heating that up. We want to get this skillet real nice and hot. All right. While that heats up, I got it set to 400 degrees. It's probably gonna take 10 to 15 minutes to get that hot. In terms of seasoning, I'm not gonna really do all too much to the fish. Add some salt, just the classic salt. Of course, we're gonna add some of our blackening seasoning. I'm not gonna go too crazy on it, just because we're gonna have a whole bunch of other things happening here. This really is the only seasoning I'm gonna be adding to the entire... Oh, I forgot the bottle of wine. No. That's painful. So my game plan, I was going to put some wine into the vegetable broth, and then I was gonna be able to drink the wine while I cook. I knew I was forgetting something. All right, no wine today. That's okay. I'll survive. Maybe. Oh yes, it is smoking away. Oh, we're getting all them smoky flavors on that cast iron skillet. Soon we'll be flopping the fish on there. While that skillet heats up, I'm gonna chop up these tomatoes, white onions, peppers, and garlic. And look at that fish. He's just chilling and seasoning. The stud that he is. I've chipped and I've chopped, and this plate is ready to go. But first we have to sear the fish. We'll cook it on each side for a few moments and get the skin a little nice and crispy. Oh, look who's out here enjoying the beautiful weather. Hey buddy, check out what I got. What do you think? Pretty nice, huh? I'll give you a piece later. Don't you worry. All right, it should be very hot. Let's see. It feels hot. Let's drop the fish on and see what... Oh! Wasn't. Ah, it's hot. That's hot. All right, 3 minutes. It's been 3 minutes. I got myself some tools of the trade. Let's see if we can flip this thing. Oh yeah, the skin is nice and brown. It's exactly what we were looking for. The party has arrived. Let's dump all this on top of our sizzling fish. I like the sound of it all in there. And the final act will be our organic vegetable broth from Publix. You know, I'll just put the whole thing on there. Yeah, the whole frickin' can. Look at the colors popping, the yellows, the oranges, the reds, the onion. The smells are unreal. Look at the teeth on this guy. It's a stud. We're gonna cover him in foil now. All right, it's not gonna be a perfect fit, but we'll make it work the best we can. Ooh, that's a little hot in there. There's got to be a better way to put foil on there, but that should do. I'm guessing it's going to take about 30 minutes. Oh my, I have completely lost track of time. It has been 45 minutes. Let's see what we're dealing with. Woo! Okay. The juices are simmering. The fish looks pretty cooked. Oh yeah, the fork goes right through. We know it's done. Now the question is, how do I take this off of the grill without dying? Let's see. If I had to take a wild guess, I'm gonna say this cast iron skillet is like 1,000 degrees hot, and I don't know if this is gonna be enough. Whew! Oh my God, that heat went right through my mid. Whew, whew. Okay, just carry it. If I drop this, I'm going to die. I'm gonna pre-open the door. Elliot, do not stand there. Do not stand under me. Elliot, no. Oh, oh jeez. Okay. Okay. Get it. We got this, boys. Oh yeah. Oh, the smells are heavenly. Oh, I just cleaned that table. Do I really want to make it dirty? No, I'm gonna eat this in the kitchen. Ow. Okay. Look at this beast. Well, this could easily feed, I'd say, at least 4 people. Throw some nice homemade bread in the mix and we're good to go. I was making some bread, okay? I have a little bit of a cleaning up to do. But let's give this fish a try. I just realized something. The family that I took fishing, they asked me if I could send them a picture with the fish before I cleaned it. Oh, I totally forgot to do that. I wonder if a cooked fish selfie would suffice for them. Ow! Oh, I put my hand on the skillet. Oh, I'm gonna regret that one. Ooh, that got my finger real toasty. Okay, let's give it a try. Burns are the worst because it's just like a throbbing pain, and you just wait for it to start blistering. You can already see it forming. All right, so we can probably scratch the skin away. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that meat. Just perfect white flaky mutton snapper meat. All right, let's give it a little try, shall we? It tastes like a very nice vegetable soup. It's got some saltiness to it, but not too much. And then the fish is that perfect protein. If I ever get sick, this is the dish that I'm gonna make. Look at these shards of fish. Down the hatch. Let's see how these peppers turned out. Oh, have mercy on me. That's hot. I just blew out steam. Wow, and I love these big chunks of tomatoes because they just explode with flavor. If I put this tomato in my mouth right now and it exploded with all that hot juice in there, that might actually kill me. So I'm not that crazy. I'm gonna skip that part. But I love that this fish is just absorbing all the flavors. Aw, get Elliot sitting over there. Let's go give Elliot a piece. Here you go, Papa. It's gonna be a little warm, but it should be fine. Once the tongue starts licking and slicking it, there's no stopping the creature. Oh yeah, there he goes. It's Captain Elliot approved. It's Heiko approved. South Florida Fishing Channel approved. Thank you guys so much for watching this mutton snapper catch and cook. Whole cooked mutton snapper on the Traeger in a cast iron skillet. This is gonna be a go-to recipe, especially if you got some guests over. It just looks visually appealing. It's beautiful. Oh, mama jama. You know what, just want y'all to see the flakiness of this fish. Just comes right off the bone. And this will be fun to eat because I can just pick at this while watching a movie or something, and I'm gonna be left with just the skeleton of a mutton snapper. And there's no meat wasted because you can get the meat out of everything. Even, well, can we get the meat out of the cheek? Let's see. Oh yeah, look at that. That's the cheek meat right there. All the meat just falls right off of this creature. Boom. So tender. Woo-hoo. Yo, why do we not always cook our fish whole? I mean, you get max benefits. I can pull all the meat out of the throat. This right here is the throat of the mutton snapper. Let's give that a try. That's supposed to be one of the top pieces too. Oh, extremely tender. I would say the cheek is a little more tender. The throat's very tender. And then the rest of, your standard fillet back here off the back of the fish is definitely a little more firm, but still flaky. I wouldn't deny any of these three pieces. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you hit that like button. Please do subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.